The district attorney there says that they are investigating Sandra Bland's death as a homicide, but you are now calling for the Justice Department to step in and investigate. What are your concerns about this investigation? What do you think happened?
Kate, first of all, would you just allow me again to offer my deepest sympathy to the families of the 5 Marines, one sailor that lost their life, and again offer my sympathy to Sandra Bland's family. 2 enormous tragedies that we're facing, and I believe all of them need solutions. But I want to at least make the point, Kate, I saw the video and the jail video this weekend, and along with a number of other officials, this past Sunday, in fact, flew in from the East Coast to come in and see these videos and see the jail, walk through the jail, walk down the street that Ms. Bland was on, and actually was at the site where she was out of the car and on the ground. I want to say that the local officials have attempted to be very transparent, and I want to congratulate them for that. The district attorney has been open and speaking, and Texas Rangers, Department of Public Safety, and a number of elected officials. I want to congratulate them on that. But I see a lot of problems. First of all, with the stop and the protocol for the stop, and the question of whether or not Ms. Bland was injured during that time frame. The family doesn't have that answer. In addition, there is a representation that Ms. Bland refused medical care. She was in the custody of the law enforcement. It's their responsibility to accurately determine whether or not she was injured. There were also protocols I questioned at the jail in terms of her food and what she had and whether she ate or did not eat, and whether or not there were other necessities that she had that she did not have. I think this is a very suspicious circumstances, and with all of the transparency, I think it is important to open a civil rights investigation to determine whether or not Ms. Bland was denied her civil rights, and untimely death resulted in that. Not only does the family deserve that, but the nation deserves it.
Congresswoman, when it comes to the Justice Department and investigations, just take a look at some of the most recent cases. They didn't bring charges in Ferguson. They didn't bring charges in the death of Trayvon Martin. Why do you think a justice investigation will be any different here?
Well, I think that's a very good question. But the point is, Kate, they did investigate. And I frankly believe that an investigation is warranted on behalf of this family. But it is also warranted because protocols, practices, best practices need to be established across the nation. This was a young woman who had 2 bachelor's degrees, a master's degree, who was excited from returning to her beloved alma mater, Purview A&M, to get a new job. She was a person who loved agriculture, and this is a great place to be, which was in the state of Texas. She had no reason, as one would perceive it, to take her life. Her most recent publicized phone call that her family indicated joy. And the part that was not seen, that we saw, is that Ms. Bland was very, very calm at that stop. She waited for a long time for the officer to check her license, a very long time. She did not drive away. Okay. And it was an encounter with her responding to the officer very calmly as to why she was upset that he had stopped her. And then that's where your video picked up. She was very calm. And so I want to know, was she physically hurt? Was she not attended to? And what transpired that would generate into her death? A 28-year-old with a wonderfully bright future. Her death demands a civil rights investigation, and that is what we're going to be pressing to have, and we're going to make the argument that it is a question of civil rights, it is a question of under color of law, and it is a suspicious circumstance that only the Justice Department here in Washington, along with FBI resources here in Washington, not just in Texas, we would like the resources to be utilized out of the FBI right here in Washington, D.C. Many of us are pressing for that.
A lot of questions. You have a lot of questions still and not satisfied in the least, I can tell. Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, thank you very much for your time. Out front with us now, law enforcement analyst Harry